To kill, to protect. Today, we are looking at the story of Liliana Carrillo and the length that she went to protect her children in her mind. Today, we're going to learn about Liliana Carrillo and the paranoid delusions that she was suffering from in the moments, in the weeks, and months prior to her eventually taking the life of all three of her children. Thank you for joining me today. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Liliana Carrillo, who was she? She was a hardworking, according to her friends and family, individual. She would have done just about anything for her children and to better her own life as well. Knowing and striving for a higher education and working to actually strive to provide for her family and for herself. She was married to an individual by the name of Eric Denton. The marriage was, by all accounts, it started off for the first 4 years, was picture perfect. They had a nice little home, an apartment. They had, a car for each of them. They both worked, and soon, everything started to slide downhill shortly after the birth of their first child. Yes, Liliana Carrillo may have been suffering from some type of postpartum depression, but she never went to the doctor to actually see it, and to get any type of treatment from it. And shortly afterwards, though, she would have the second child, and then the third. The ages of her children were Joanna, age 3, Terry, age 2, and little Sierra, 6 months of age. On this tragic day, Liliana Carrillo took all three of her children into the bathroom of her apartment. Now, it should be noted that the couple had separated at this point, and Eric Denton, her husband, had been living with family and friends because he just couldn't figure out how to make her understand that the paranoid delusions that she was having about the world being after her, and the paranoid delusions that she had that he was somehow, as a part of it, and was persecuting her, weren't true. She had taken all three of the children into the bathroom, stabbed them one by one, and drowned them. How do we know this to be a factual statement? The case is still unraveling. She confessed the entire thing to a local news reporter. While being interviewed, she said to the reporter, "I hugged them, I kissed them, I told them I loved them as I drowned each and every one of them, one by one." After she killed the first one, Joanna, age 3, she set Joanna's body on the floor in the bathroom and then grabbed the 6-month-old Sierra. Sierra was stabbed multiple times and then drowned. She laid her back onto the floor and then finished off Terry, age 2. She then got up, walked out of the bathroom, leaving all three of the babies dead on the floor in the bathroom, changed her clothes, walked outside and got in her car and drove off. We don't know where she went eventually, and immediately thereafter, but we do know, unfortunately, all three of the children were found deceased by their biological grandparents, who immediately called the authorities. 911, the emergency came. They pronounced all three of the children dead there in the apartment. A search, and be on the lookout warning was put out for her car and for her. She was eventually spotted in Tulane County by a sheriff's deputy and a local police officer, where a high-speed, long-distance chase would then take place. But going back before the death of her three children, if you like true crime reporting and you want to hear the news that happens around the world, and you would like to hear it and actually get the factually based evidence reported to you so you can make up your own mind, please subscribe today. Lenita Carrillo had made several allegations against her soon-to-be ex-husband that he was somehow abusing the children, that he was harming the children, or he was somehow involved in persecuting her by trying to get her to get COVID-19, or that the world, there were so many paranoid, delusional things that she had said and the allegations that she had made on social media. The court system found there wasn't any proof and anything to support the allegations that her soon-to-be ex-husband Eric Denton had harmed the children at any point ever. The allegations against Eric Denton, her soon-to-be ex-husband, didn't arise until he sought full custody of the children in the divorce, because he was worried about her ongoing slipping mental health. He needed to protect the children, and he tried everything he could. He reached out to organizations, he reached out to the courts. Even if you don't give me the children, someone check in on them. But his requests, his demands went unanswered. And now we know just how worried Eric Denton was of what she was capable of doing. So she has confessed to killing all three of her children, stabbing them and drowning them in the bathtub of their apartment. All three of these little angels have now gone on. And here she sits in jail. As of the 19th of April, 2021, she has yet to be charged with any murder counts at all. All charges are pending a psychiatric evaluation. They will then determine what charges will be levied against her. Abuse of a corpse, murder, tampering with evidence are most likely the charges that she will face. And in the state of California, they do have the death penalty. So she will most certainly be facing a capital murder charge. Lenita Carrillo, paranoid, driven to the point of breaking, believing that the world was out to get her, was out to get her children, and that everyone around her was somehow out to harm her and her children. A case that could have been avoided if the system had worked faster. But because of COVID shutdowns and backlogs in the system, they couldn't act fast enough to protect these three little angels. And now, here we sit, waiting for yet the answers in another tragic case. Why? Who's to blame? Why didn't anybody stop it? Thank you for joining me today, and you stay safe out there.